Hello everyone and welcome back to another English lesson. Today then we are going to be looking a little bit more at Arthur and moving on from this page here. So, in our last lesson we got to the part where the old lady said, "Without the great fire warming our town, every house will be frozen solid in less than a week," Atrix warned, and all of us soon after. The townsfolk gasped in fear. "But wait, there is a way we can be saved. Across the sea lies the land of the Viking gods, in a mighty hall on top of a mountain. There lives a god with a hammer that can command the skies. He alone has the power to relight our fire." As the townsfolk looked around, they realised a slight problem with this plan. Everyone had been injured from the wolf, from their toughest warriors to their doughtiest bakers. There was nobody left to send. And there they are, the warriors and bakers. "Arthur's not hurt," piped up one of his classmates. And there we have this illustration here, but I'm not going to show you what words are being said. And that is because your job today is going to be to write some of the speech that is going to be needed to describe what the villagers may be thinking or saying to Arthur here in this illustration. So I've given you two big speech bubbles here, and you're going to need to try and include all of your success criteria above within these speech bubbles, because we really need to practice on speech as a class. Okay, so your learning objective today is to develop understanding of narrative and to build plot. And your task will be to describe what the characters might be saying or thinking. So within this, we need to have the adjectives and descriptive language, for example, pathetic, peculiar, or strange. And these are words that come in your Year 4 spelling list, so they're very important that we try and use them. Now, pathetic describes someone that maybe isn't very strong or isn't very good at doing anything. Peculiar and strange are kind of synonyms for each other. They're very odd people. How the characters might be speaking, for example, cruelly, angrily, suspiciously. If you're suspicious about something, you're kind of not sure about something, so you're questioning whether you agree or believe in it. And then I would like some synonyms rather than the word said. I'm going to ban that word for this exercise. Spat, retorted, shouted, exclaimed. Now, that word spat there isn't as in someone spitting, but when the way they're saying it is so cross that it sounds like they're spitting it as they speak. Even better if then is to use subordinate clauses at the start of a sentence, okay? Although the gods look terrifying and ferocious, he may actually be a kind of misunderstood person. That was the example from the other day. So maybe you could try and include that in the speech of one of these characters. Although he looks like a peculiar and pathetic young boy, he might actually be a good explorer and adventurer. Okay, so when I look at this particular gentleman down here, he looks almost as if he's almost crossed by the idea of sending Arthur on this adventurer. This man here doesn't really seem to be showing any emotions, and this lady looks quite happy, but these two here seem particularly grumpy. Okay, so I might choose two maybe different opinions, and I might say, for example, here, speech marks, because remember we need speech marks, are 66. Oh dear, where is my speech marks? Why is it not coming out in black, Mr. Nash? There we go. Arthur! Exclamation mark. Okay, let's make sure this is in our nice cursive handwriting font. There we go. Arthur spat the old man grumpily. Oopsie daisy. Arthur spat the old man grumpily. We cannot send that pathetic, and how else could we describe him if we're being really mean? I might be very mean about his height. I might call him minuscule. Little wimp. What could I say? What might happen on the adventure if we sent someone that's not strong enough on an adventure? He might get eaten by something. Now, I'm not sure about what might be in this world, but I know there's a wolf, definitely. That wolf would eat him up in a single mouthful. Oops, daisy. Oh dear, Miss Nash, bad spelling. In a single mouthful. Full stop. Okay, so let's see what I need to include. Retorted, shouted, exclaimed. I've said spat the old man grumpily. Synonyms for said. Okay. Now, I might close his speech off there. And I could now choose another character. I could develop this more. Okay, I might want to then say a new paragraph here. Okay. However, comma, he continued, let's look at an adverb, cruelly. Although he is the son of, well, we don't actually know who Arthur is the son of. Maybe he's an important person. I'm going to make this up. I'm going to say he's the son of the town mayor. The town mayor, comma, he is not strong, or, what else could we describe him as? Strong or brave. And I'll put parentheses in here, like every adventurer must, because remember, I'm still remembering my modal verbs, must be. Okay? And I'm going to put my close of parenthesis there and my full stop. Okay, does that make sense? So what you're going to do here is you need to have some speech. I want these bubbles filled, so please don't just do one sentence. Please remember your 66-99. New speaker, new line. The only reason I've done a paragraph here, a new paragraph, is because he's making a second point. Okay, see if you can. Please don't use the word said. Okay, said is too basic. I want you to try and use some synonyms. If you don't like mine, go onto Google and look for some more synonyms. Try and include some adverbs to describe the way that the characters are speaking, and then really think of some adjectives to describe him. You might want to choose the woman as one of yours and say, he looks like the perfect adventurer. I don't know, he reminds me of how I was when I was his age, because she's got like she looks like she's lost an eye. Okay, so really try and think about maybe some imaginative ways that these characters might be thinking about Arthur, and I will include what they actually think in the next lesson. So you're kind of predicting what they're writing about, but I would like, if possible, for you to use those speech marks in there, because it's very important you develop your punctuation, okay, and how to use it correctly. Okay, that's everything for today's lesson. Nice and simple. We're, winding down now towards the end of half term. I don't want you to be doing too much work or getting stressed or too tired. Do what you can. As long as you are trying your best and doing all the work you can and following the school code, I will be happy. Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing your creations. Thank you again, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. But hang on a minute, just before you go, I have just spotted a very silly mistake that I've made, and I don't want other people to copy the mistake I've made. Oh dear, Mr. Nash, what is that full stop doing outside of the speech marks? For this particular instance, I've made a terrible mistake, and my full stop should have gone there. It should be going inside of my speech marks. Oh dear, Mr. Nash, I must be getting tired too. Okay, so make sure when you have your punctuation, they need to come inside. No, it's not always the case, but we'll focus on this for now. They need to come inside the speech marks. You don't always want them. You want your exclamation mark coming here. Okay, that doesn't always work. There's a rule that must be followed. So your full stop does need to come there.